Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
¡Wow! Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
Whether you're making a delicious family meal or a post-workout snack, choose the farm fresh taste of Eggland's best eggs. Only Eggland's best hens are fed their proprietary all-vegetarian feed. That's what makes their eggs more nutritious. With 10 times more vitamin E, 25% less saturated fat, and 6 times more vitamin D compared to ordinary eggs. Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
Lipton Green Tea is a simple way to up your everyday healthy habits. Green tea contains flavonoids, which are naturally occurring bioactives found in tea, vegetables, and fruit. Just 2 cups of Lipton Green Tea can help support health by providing approximately the same amount of flavonoids as eating 20 pounds of cooked broccoli. Available in new Signature Blend Green Tea and new Lemon Peach and Honey Ginger Green Tea. Try new Lipton Green Tea today.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Spin Shuffle Skip on the There Can Only Be One podcast channel, a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. There are some albums out there that cause us great joy, great enthusiasm when we put it on. And then we pick that CD to cover on Spin Shuffle Skip and it causes us great pain, great agony, great distress. Today is that day as we tackle an album that turns 30 years old this year. The soundtrack to the 1994 Brandon Lee starring The Crow. And here to join me on this monumental task, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing today?
Well, I'd love to say that I'm okay, and usually I do, but I am not okay.
You want to get this out now?
I have to start. I have to start because this was the impossible task. This was a big ask. You realize.
What'd you call me?
To pick 3 songs from this album, which, by the way, needs to be played from front to back in its entirety, because the songs, as much as the movie, are just, it tells a story that needs to be told. And to just simply pick 1 or 2 or 3 of this, it's impossible. You literally asked me to do the impossible task.
And yet you're sitting here in front of your microphone having completed the impossible task.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to quit. I tried to put in my resignation.
Oh, yeah. No.
He wouldn't accept it.
Here's the thing. We've been preparing for this episode for a bit. And every now and then I would get a text or I'd get screamed at from across the side of the house going, I can't do this. I can't do it. You suck. I have been told I suck in preparation for this episode on multiple occasions to the point that I'm starting to get a complex.
And yet here we are.
Exactly.
I literally, did I not? I said, I cannot do this. I cannot believe that I'm sitting here because I put this off as long as I possibly could.
And yet here we are.
And here we are.
About ready to pull the Band-Aid right off, not easing it off. We're going to rip it off. Like this is when the hero finds the kidnapped victim and rips the gaff tape right off the face, preceded by, yeah, this is how this is going to go. Because we're about to tackle the 1994 Crow soundtrack, an album, in my opinion, that is the pinnacle. Like, this is the template for what a soundtrack album should be. This, to me, is the greatest soundtrack of the 90s and maybe, just maybe, personal opinion, the greatest soundtrack of all time.
Wow.
In all of cinematic history. That's how much I freaking love this album.
More than Singles, more than Airheads, more than Romeo and Juliet.
More than.
Wow.
Because
I agree.
In
I
each
totally
of those
agree.
albums, I could sit there and pick at least one song that I would probably skip. Here is where I'm actually going to really lean into the alternate definition of skip in this case. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the greatest soundtrack album of all time and pick 3 songs: a spin, a shuffle, and I use air quotes, and I say that because you can't see me because it's an audio-only podcast, skip track. So the spin is, yes, the first song that you're going to play when the CD gets put into the machine. The shuffle, pretty much any song on this album I'm cool with playing it. And then there is the air quote skip song. And in this case, it's going to be the last pick. Like, if you had to reorder the songs from great liked to least liked, this would be the one that ends up last in the list. And that doesn't mean that it's a bad song. By the way, we do have a shout out from our website at notthatbadcast.com. Sherry Thomas from the Aquarian Weekly chimed in with her picks. Her spin was Dead Souls by Nine Inch Nails. Her shuffle was Burn by The Cure. And her skip was Ghost Rider by the Rollins Band. By the way, if you want to get your picks into the show, we'd love to hear from you. We want to shout you guys out during the show. So go to our website at notthatbadcast.com and go to our coming soon page. When you're there, you're going to see all the episodes that we are preparing for the various shows in our little, collection of podcasts that we, produce in our lovely little Canadian basement. So drop us a line, drop your picks. We will shout you at the show. We so appreciate you guys chiming in. All right, let's get to the album in question, the monumental task at hand, and that is the Crow soundtrack. Released March 29th, 1994, the album peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200. It also hit the top 10 in Australia, Austria, and Germany. On the 1994 Billboard 200 year-end charts, it is number 46 for the year. It is triple platinum in the US, platinum in Canada, and gold in the UK and Australia. So it sold a few couples, and I'm pretty sure that at least 2 of them, maybe 3, depending on how, different formats, came from this household right here. So, to you, my love, the monumental task, the Crow soundtrack, your spin pick.
This is impossible. I literally have been looking at all of the songs, and it's this pains me.
You hate me right now.
Well, hate is such an ugly word, but
great dislike.
I am very much disliking this task. I'm not gonna lie.
At least you said the task and not me. I can deal with that.
No, I love you, but I do not like this.
Not one bit.
No, not one bit. Okay, but I am, you know what? I have to say the song that I find the most singable. It gets into my mind, and I can't shake it once I hear it, is Color Me Once.
Okay.
The Violent Femmes.
Okay.
You know what? It's just, I listen to the whole CD, and you have to. You start from the start and listen all the way through, and then I find myself coming back to this one.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Color Me Once was not one of my picks at all. To me, this CD, it starts phenomenally on both sides of the cassette, because this is the thing. I remember listening to this on cassette a lot, and each side of the cassette, like obviously side A started with Burn from The Cure, side B started with Milquetoast from Helmet, and it's like it just got better and better and better from there. But for my spin pick, I'm going with the first song on side A. I'm going with Burn by The Cure. And it's funny because I'm not the biggest Cure fan. Like, Friday I'm in Love, cool, that's a great song, it's all good. Like, and there are other songs that if I heard them, I'd be like, okay, yeah. Burn. If I were ever to see The Cure live, if they started the show with Burn, I'd be like, cool, that's it. I'm out. Watch the song, and then I'm done. I could leave. I'm happy. Burn is probably, at least to my current knowledge, my favorite Cure song. But the other thing, too, is this song, to me, is the perfect embodiment of soundtrack song meets movie tonality. Burn feels like it should be part of the film. Burn feels so right put into the film. Like, the mood of the Brandon Lee 1994 Crow matches perfectly what The Cure did with Burn. Like, they go hand in hand. Like, you could take off every other song on this soundtrack. Burn cannot be removed. Needs to stay there.
See, I kind of disagree with that because, again, the songs tell the story as much as the movie and the graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel, and I agree that Burn is a fantastic song, matches the movie perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's really the interlacing of all of these songs picked.
Yeah.
That each one of them serves their purpose and they're just so perfect. Like, so you kind of need them all.
Yeah. And I don't think there's any other singer out there who embodied what The Crow was, putting down as Robert Smith. Like, you take a look at pictures of Robert Smith from 1994 and it's like, yeah, he could have been in The Crow and it would have worked well.
Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
¡Wow! Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
Lipton Green Tea is a simple way to up your everyday healthy habits. Green tea contains flavonoids, which are naturally occurring bioactives found in tea, vegetables, and fruit. Just 2 cups of Lipton Green Tea can help support health by providing approximately the same amount of flavonoids as eating 20 pounds of cooked broccoli. Available in new Signature Blend Green Tea and new Lemon Peach and Honey Ginger Green Tea. Try new Lipton Green Tea today.
One size fits all seemed like a good idea for clothes.
Nice dress. It's a t-shirt.
Until you tried it on. Same goes for your healthcare. That's why United Healthcare offers a variety of flexible, budget-friendly coverage for medical, vision, dental, and more. So whether you're between jobs, coming off a parent's plan, or even missed open enrollment, you can find the plan that fits you best. Find out more about United Healthcare coverage at uh1.com. That's uh1.com.
Then we get to my shuffle pick. And this is where I'm actually going with a bit of a deeper cut on this album. I'm going with Slip Slide Melting from For Love Not Lisa. So I don't know what it is about this song. You know how sometimes you listen to a track and it just, for some inexplicable reason, it grabs you by the throat and does not let go. This is that song. Maybe it's the reverb on the vocals. Maybe it's like the down progression during the verses. Maybe it's the complete and utter Pink Floydian style breakdown that you've got in the middle. Like, you know me, I'm a bit of a proggy guy. This song is like almost like the perfect embodiment of, how do I put it? Emo industrial prog. It's probably the best way to put it. And the thing is, this is the only For Love Not Lisa song that I know. I've never listened to an album. I don't know any of their other material. This is my single reference point for Love Not Lisa, Slip Slide Melting. And I get the feeling that even if I were to deep dive into their discography, everything else is going to pale in comparison because I really do like this song.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. I mean, again, I don't know much about the band, but this song does intrigue me. And it makes me actually want to listen to more.
Yeah.
Because if that's their sound, if that's like what if that's like their classic sound, then I'm sure it'd be really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't listened to it more.
I mean, here's the thing. We cannot actually cover them on There Can Only Be One. So, dear listeners, let me explain a little bit about how we pick the artist for There Can Only Be One before we continue with the rest of our picks here. So when we're picking the artist, they have to have a minimum of 5 studio albums or EPs. That's it. That is the criteria. Unfortunately, before they broke up in 1996, For Love Not Lisa only put out 1 EP and 2 studio albums. So somewhere down the road, we could take For Love Not Lisa and give them a spin on Spin Shuffle Skip and pick one of their 2 albums and say, hey, let's give it a try and see how it goes. But not for There Can Only Be One. So we could only do 1 CD at a time. But I'd be curious, like, if this is the sound of the rest of their discography, the rest of their catalog, I would be really intrigued to give them a try on Spin Shuffle Skip. Because again, this is my one and only reference point for Love Not Lisa. I'm down. I'm down to give it a try. Over to you, Carrie. What is your shuffle pick?
Well, you had mentioned this band earlier being the forefront of side B on the cassette. So I have to go with Milk Toast by Helmet. Like, the bass is just dirty sexy. Like,
right.
You know what? It for me, it's the bass. Like, the entire song is great, but it's all about the bass.
Yeah, it was really hard not to pick Milk Toast. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't.
There were those things, Slip Slide Melting, just 2 songs later on side B, and that's you got Pantera in the middle. It literally goes like Milk Toast from Helmet, The Badge from Pantera, and Slip Slide Melting from For Love Not Lisa, and then followed by After the Flesh from My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. Like, side B is so equally good to side A. Like, again, I cannot, if it sounds like I'm smiling, it's because I am. That's because I love this album so freaking much. There really isn't a bad song on there. Maybe one. There's one song.
Those are some big words right there, sir.
I know. But I mean, keep in mind, this is me saying it is the least fragrant rose in the bouquet.
But it's not a bad song.
No, but it is the least fragrant rose in the bouquet. That's probably the best way to put it, right? It's kind of like when you take like a really bad album and then you find that one song. It's like, well, that is the most pleasantly smelling turd in the bowl. This is the opposite way. This is the least fragrant rose in the bouquet. But we'll get to my pick in a little bit. But yeah, like, honestly, there are so many. And Milk Toast. Like, it was a coin flip at that point. It could have been so many other songs. But, I could not pass up on Slip Slide Melting as my shuffle pick.
I am surprised and almost disappointed, though. As a bassist, you didn't pick Milk Toast.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it, though. As a bassist, yes, that's why Milk Toast was really fighting for the pick. But as a prog guy, this is probably the proggiest song on there.
Fair point.
So this, aside from going for my, my personal instrument, this was the song that played to my more musical sensibilities as a songwriting craft. So you see the problems that we went through. Dear listeners, the pain and suffering we go through to make these episodes for you. I hope you're happy.
I almost quit. Except I can't quit.
No.
Because
where are you going to go?
I know. He keeps bringing me back in.
Well, so does breakfast. So, All right. So now we get to probably the toughest thing. Because here's the thing. With an album like this, it's easy to pick a song that you like. A little bit harder to pick your favorite song, but now we got to pick the one that you have to classify as a skip. And again, this could literally be your, least liked favorite song on this. But what is your skip pick?
Oh, and I have to go first.
Yep.
Okay, well, by mere definition of how you explained the skip, I am only picking this song because it is at the end of side 2, the very last song you get to. It can't rain all the time. And you know what? I love this song. I love the use of it. I love it. It is just raw emotion. I love it. But because of the rules and because of the way the definition of the skip song, sometimes you get to the end of the album and you're at the end of the album.
Mhm.
So you have to skip to go back to the beginning of the album. And that, by definition, is the only reason that I'm picking this song. Otherwise, I could not find a song. I couldn't find the less fragrant
Rose in the bouquet.
rose in the bouquet. It was just simply impossible. And this song, by no disrespect, is merely the very last song.
Fair. I think that's a fair rationale behind your pick. See, you know what's funny? So there were 2 CDs that came out from this film. There was this soundtrack that we are talking about, and then, of course, there was the Crow score as written by Graham Revell. And this song, instrumentally, so without Jane Siberry's voice, this track from the score is also on that score CD. I personally prefer the vocalless version on the Crow score disc.
I want to hear that.
I have that CD.
I would love that. Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah. This is at a time too when I was really also into score albums. Like, so there was The Crow, there was Braveheart was a good one, the one for Bram Stoker's Dracula, and my favorite score album of all time, The Last of the Mohicans. But this was up there. And the funny thing too is that, we were in college at the time, and I used to carry around a lot of CDs in my backpack because I never knew what music I was going to need for a project. A backpack that my wife hated immensely.
Okay, hate is such a strong word. No, I disliked the physical exertion of. I would get the text and it would be like, "Hon, I forgot my backpack. Can you grab it and bring it to me?
Yeah,
because I need something for class." And I'd be like, "Oh."
No. First you'd say, "Oh, absolutely not a problem." Then you put the phone down and go, "Oh." Because when I say I used to carry a few CDs, the backpack was full. And I get that we're all really fortunate to have like Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music or whatever music subscription service you subscribe to. Not in this time. This is when you had to bring the CDs. And it wasn't even in a book. The cases for the CDs were in this bag as well, because I was really particular making sure that the case and the CD were always married together and not in different cases.
And yet you married me.
Who takes the CDs out of the cases and puts them back in the wrong case.
Right.
Which is really weird when you go to open a Pantera CD and you realize that there's Tori Amos CD in the case. Not cool.
I pretty much have to trace my listening path to find any given CD.
Oh dear God! Like there are times too when I would like pick up the disc and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick this up," and you can almost hear Carrie in the background going, "No!"
I do it on purpose, friends. I literally will put like.
Oh, do you now?
I put like a Britney Spears CD in with his Queensryche. I do on purpose. I do.
Cruel.
Because he made me listen. No, he made me choose a song or 3 from this incredible front to back, like all killer, no filler, like monumental soundtrack. I love the Crow soundtrack so much.
We're a happy couple.
Oh, we are.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yes.
didn't quit. I didn't leave.
That's why she's not like running out in the middle of the street like Cameron Diaz from Very Bad Things Styles, screaming, going, "No, I can't pick one song."
I mean, I'm drinking heavily.
She might be liquidated. All right, so now we get to... Yes, pretty much. We now
Everything must go.
There we go. There we go. At least I didn't say liquefy, because then it just sounds like you had a bad night at Taco Bell.
Okay, so we have killed enough time.
Yeah.
What are you passing or skipping?
My skip pick, and it actually is a skip song for me, not just the least fragrant rose. This is the one song that I would replace on this CD.
Can I guess?
I would love to hear your guess.
I am curious. I'm curious if I'm right.
Okay.
If I were to say Pantera.
You would be incorrect.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm in line with Sherry Thomas from the Aquarian Weekly. I am skipping Ghost Rider from Rollins Band.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This song. Now, and again, I knew that this song would probably be in play for your shuffle pick because it is sludgy.
Well, that's it. Okay. It's going to be a public quitting here, right? I'm done.
This is going to be like that moment on some shock DJ radio show where you hear the headphones being thrown down on the table and the footsteps going up the stairs. And it's like, guess I'm finishing the show on my own. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh. But you should see the sour look on my face, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I am getting the Carrie death rays at this point. So let me explain. And if you listened to our Anthrax episode, you know that sludge is kind of where the line is between songs that Carrie likes and songs that I don't. If the song is sludgy, she'll spin it and I'll skip it every time. Ghost Rider, to me, and I have to read what I wrote here, okay? It sounds like Danzig took a Valium. That's pretty much how this song sounds like to me.
Oh, you're cutting me deep here.
Yeah.
This hurts.
Yeah.
This is cutting me deep and then ripping the Band-Aid right off. Whew. Damn.
The show's dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Okay. I had to quote The Crow somehow, right? But no, in all honesty, every other song on this CD, I would spin or shuffle in a heartbeat. Ghost Rider is that one exception. That one, and I'm not saying it's a bad song. And when it comes to sludgy songs, this is probably one of those ones where I could go with it. If someone wants to put it on the CD, I'd be like, okay, I can let it pass, right? There are sludgier songs out there that I would completely skip. This is the least liked song on the disc for me.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, I knew I was going to break her in one way or the other, whether it was the task or with my pick. And here I am saying it's a song sounds like Danzig took a Valium, and that just broke her. Well, it's been a good run, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the series. I tell you.
Now accepting applications for a co-host.
If you'd like to come co-host a show of Spin Shuffle Skip, no, I'm kidding. But in fact, if you would like to come and co-host a show on Spin Shuffle Skip, you can actually go to our website, notthatbadcast.com, suggest it, and hey, guess what? If we like the idea, maybe we'll reach out and bring you on the show. Why not? All right, Carrie, you survived. Task done. Mission complete.
Barely.
Please remind our listeners what your spin, shuffle, and skip picks are from the 1994 Crow movie soundtrack. Not the score, not the Graham Revell score, although I freaking love that score.
I am spinning Color Me Once, playing it twice, and maybe even singing it thrice. I am shuffling Milk Toast by Helmet. And I am skipping It Can't Rain All the Time only because I want to get right back to the top of the cassette and listen to Burn and listen to it all the way through.
See, it's because you have that yellow Sony Walkman because you can just hit the reverse button. As soon as Jane Siberry is done singing, we get back to Robert Smith.
Because I can, yes.
All right, well, my spin is that Robert Smith Cure song, Burn. My shuffle is Slip Slide Melting from For Love Not Lisa. And my skip, which has broken my wife, Ghost Rider from Rollins Band. Carrie, thank you for not rage quitting on this assignment as we prepared for this. I'm sorry I tormented you, but also not sorry because this was fun. And to you, our listeners, you guys know the drill. If there's an album that you want us to cover on this show, or a band or artist that you want us to cover on There Can Only Be One, go to our website, notthatbadcast.com, and drop us a line. And go to our Coming Soon page. You're going to see the albums and the episodes that we are preparing, so you can drop us a line, tell us your picks, and we'll shout you out in the show. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Spin Shuffle Skip on the There Can Only Be One podcast channel, a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.